Good morning. It's a cold one. It's sunny, but it is cold. Got down to like 22, 23 degrees this morning. Hopefully this is the last time it gets this cold for a while. I am getting our fertilizer tank out this morning. Four-wheel steer cart with a 1,600-gallon tank that I pull behind our corn planter in the spring. We need to get it out and just go through it, make sure everything is good, greased, ready to go. But also, we upgraded to 3-inch plumbing on our loadout over here. So I thought maybe we should look at the plumbing on this and see if I can't put some 3-inch stuff on here so we can utilize that. Appears that we have a flat tire. How about that? All right, so I'm making a list here, trying to figure out how we're gonna do this this plumbing. So I got this adapter, or 3-inch tank flange, I guess, that we can pull the old one out, drill that hole out, and put this in there. I have a couple of options. I could either come straight out right here and hook up, but then I gotta have a valve underneath the tank in there that's gonna be really hard to get to because I fill 2 products from where I hook up when I'm filling for the planter, right? I'm filling whatever's going in this tank, but I'm also filling my in-furrow that's on the planter tank. And so the way I've been doing that now is we hook up here. I leave these 2 valves are closed. I leave this valve open and I close this valve to push liquid into that tank. And then when I want to go to the planter, we close this one, open that one, and it pushes it forward instead of backwards. So one hookup, fill both products, good, right? Okay, well, if I move the spot where I'm hooking up back to here so that it's a short amount of 3-inch, because we're not redoing all the stuff up the planter side. So when we're filling in furrow on the planter, we're gonna have to slow the pump down. We're just gonna do that that way because I'm not putting 3-inch plumbing all the way up through the planter. So to just fill this tank, I could go 3-inch out of the bottom, come over to right here, hook up, straight shot, in, up, and good, and then just tee in this 2-inch line for going up there. But I would have to have a valve between the tee and the tank that would be a little bit difficult to get in there, and it's a long ways from my valve on the planter, so I'd have to go open that one, run back over here, close this one. You're gonna get a little mixing. Not the end of the world, that's not that big a deal, but it would be, it's a consideration, right? Versus when I have everything right here, I can get to both of those valves really quickly. I can redo basically here, back that way with 3-inch, not have those valves under the tank or worry about hooking up back there, have my hookup in the same spot, which I do like, and then we've got to replace, you know, a few fittings and some hose. I've got hose, it's hanging right over there, so that's no big deal. We've got a few of the fittings. I've got some adapters for the 3 to 2-inch stuff, which we would use to hook up this pump still. I use this pump for filling the second tank, my 300-gallon tank that's on the planter, from here. So if I have my 2x2 mix in this tank and I want to fill the tank on the planter with it so that I can either drop this tank for doing plot work, or I just want to get this tank empty and I've got room on the planter, I will use that pump to pump it up there. Does not need to be 3-inch plumbing for that, so we would just put an adapter in here to go back down to 2, and then the same thing here. I don't need that going forward to be 3, so we would just put that adapter in there. I have those. I also have this fitting that I think I could use in here. I don't know that I really need this big loop. I've always had this loop because the tongue has to be able to move, but I don't think it moves that much. So we're gonna take it and push it as far turned as it'll go, which would stretch our hose as much as possible. And I might, instead of running through here, come up over the top to give it a little more slack in that so that that can move freely. But I don't think I need that big loop in there like we've got it. So I have a parts list here. Not going to be super cheap. The biggest thing is that I've got to buy 2 valves, or I've got to reuse this valve. This one came off of the sprayer and it was leaking. Now, was it leaking because it was mounted like this and we always were grabbing it in the same spots and the sides are wore out, and if I turn it like this, we grab it in new spots and it doesn't leak anymore? Maybe, is it worth saving $150 to find that out? It might be, actually, because it's pretty easy to change. So we might just use that valve for here. That would save me a little money. Okay. Well, then I've got her pretty well figured out of what all we need. We just need this one 3-inch valve that's going to go in here. We're going to switch some of this stuff over to manifold fittings. I wish I would have known about manifold fittings when I did all of this. Back in 2014, 12, 11? No. Would have been 13. We bought our 16-row CCS planter in 2013, and then that's when I got this tank. I didn't know about manifold fittings back then. They had them. I just wasn't that smart. But that would have been way easier to make all of this than threaded connections. So, yeah, we're going to redo this. I ordered all those parts and pieces and fittings that I think we need, hopefully. I went to take the valve cap off to pump this tire up. I think I know why it's flat. That came out way easier than it should have. That's the whole valve stem and the core and the whole 9 yards. Hopefully that was just loose. And it'll hold air now. Try to tighten that in there good. Yeah. I always have a hard time remembering or figuring out how much air these tires should have in them. They're like backhoe tires. What size are they? 17.5 L24s. And, well, there's nothing written on them about how much air they should have. So I've tried to go to the load inflation tables you can find online and stuff. And I gotta go back and remember. Is it 24 pounds? Nah, that doesn't sound right. I don't know. I'll have to go look it up. 20. The calculator, the table that I found, which was for fire. It might have been for fire. Oh, maybe it was Titan. It says 20, and look at that. Nailed it. We'll see if it's still in there in a few days, but... Is that leaking? I feel like I can feel air. I get my spray. Maybe I should tighten the core. Let's get our bubble checker. I think it's leaking. Huh. Okay, we'll go fix it. We must need a new O-ring on there. I wonder if we've got anything. Focus, there. Old one on the left, a new-ish one on the right. Yeah, that O-ring is pretty compressed. I think that'll work. We'll just swap it. All right, get the new one in. Got our 20 pounds in. We'll spray that down. No bubbles. Cool. You can just call me the tire guy now, I guess. Fixed it. Might as well check the rest of them while we're doing this. Well, this one's different. That doesn't even have the... That's weird. I don't ever remember changing one of those. Maybe. I suppose it's possible. 20. It's not leaking. Tires are all good. Okay, we do need to... Did we grease this before we put it away? Let's see. Can we see that? And that grease zerk is pretty clean. That grease zerk is pretty clean. I don't see any fresh grease. We're going to grease it. So we're going to grease it. We're going to redo some plumbing. I'm not going to tear any of that stuff apart until my parts come. So this will probably say they should come tomorrow. It's not a big deal. Yeah, okay. We should be good. I've been coming out here every now and then when I was figuring out what parts to measure some of these and figure out how long are some of these to see what fits. Xander was working on our cheater steps. So Dad redid our steps here on our loadout and put up a nice handrail. And that's great. It's super nice for getting in and out of there. And I said, yeah, but what happens when I have something I need to turn it off and close a valve right now? I'm going to need a cheater step. So he had Xander build one. So we've got a cheater step we can get in real quick. Ice is frozen, or the water's frozen down here. Yeah, it got cold last night. I wonder if we got water in here yet. We do. big mass of water won't freeze. Okay, I've got somebody coming to pick up those beans that I treated the other day, so I would need to go down there and make sure everything's out of the way. Ah, there goes a big load of seed. 17 boxes on that one, and look, we have some room in here now. That helped. So that was all the stuff against the back wall. The rest of those boxes are empties there that I needed somewhere to put. We're getting there. We are getting this peeled back a little bit. So I do have another guy going to be here in a half hour or so, picking up some Enogen corn. So way back in the corner over here, we have some Enogen corn that somebody had ordered and ended up changing their mind, canceled it off. So it's getting transferred out, going up to Grand Rapids, Michigan area. So I got to dig this stuff out. It's those 3 pallets and that pallet. So we're going to work on that. He's also bringing me a box of corn that I need for a guy. Went and grabbed some lunch today, and I stopped at my post office box. If you guys ever feel like sending me something, you can send it to Borderview Farms, P.O. Box 321, Pioneer, Ohio, 43554. And I will get it eventually. I will admit that I do not check it frequently. I try and get there once a week. Sometimes it ends up being a month. As case by these, I got 2 things. One, I just got a letter from Tim in South Dakota, dated 3/14. So sorry I'm late here, Tim. But Tim's been watching my channel for a while. Wants to talk about tiling a little bit. So someday we will do that, Tim. We'll get into the tiling side a little bit. I've talked a little bit about it in the past and stuff, but since it's new to their area, something that they've started doing, and that, you know, it's expensive, which we are well aware. So we can do that. The other one here, I'm still trying to figure out. It's from L&R. Yeah, there's the address. So didn't sub yet, but watch all your uploads from you and your farm family. Sending you this t-shirt to start new season planting. May the gods go with you on the farm. So thank you, Eleanor. Now this came in this packet that has a customs declaration on the back. So I'm trying to figure out where it came from. Office of origin is Balbriggan, IE. What is IE? I'm not sure. But anyway, we got this cool Celtic t-shirt. The whole thing on the back here. I have not read all of that yet. But thank you. Ireland. It's from Ireland. So thank you. And this one is dated February 25th, so even older. But it's a cool shirt. All right, we've got a seed truck coming here with some paper bags of beans on it that I kind of need. So we're gonna go down. He should be here any minute. He said 1 o'clock. It's a little after 1 right now. I'll go down and wait for that, get that unloaded, make sure that what I need is on it, and then I can make a phone call about a delivery tomorrow, hopefully. So that would be good. And then I think we might go to Berkey. I got a seed tender down there that needs to get brought back. So I need an anhydrous applicator too, but I don't have time to go down there with the tractor and come back. I do have time to go down there with a pickup and come back. Driving past our John Deere dealer here, the equipment's starting to stack up on these dealer lots. This is Ag Pro Berkey. My Uncle Jack came up last week one day. He said there's more equipment sitting at the John Deere dealer here than the whole town is worth. More value in the equipment. He's probably right. Here's our seed tender. This one I use for corn mostly. Make sure there's at least some air in the tires so we can get it home. We're gonna run it through the shop up there, get the oil changed in the motor. Good to go. Yeah. Get outside and close the doors back up. I came back down to the seed warehouse. I got a hold of that guy that I wanted to deliver to tomorrow, so I want to make sure we had all his stuff sorted out. So we have 5 pallets, 3 pallets of corn, 2 pallets of beans, and these 3 boxes that are all going out tomorrow. And 5 pallets of bags is going to be a little tricky getting on the trailer, but we'll figure it out. We're not going to load that up until the morning, though, so that's the plan for first thing tomorrow. Looks like our second load of corn starter came in today. So we got about a half a tank there. These 2 tanks we aren't utilizing like we used to, need to, especially the middle one here. Only got 1 load in there, but that's all right. Someday we will. 28 tank is down about halfway from top dressing the wheat that we've done so far. We got a little more to do, and then we'll see about needing to get more in or not. But this setup is all good. Worked good for us. We still got some, like I said, we still got some wheat to top dress, but it's too wet. Hopefully it keeps drying up. Tomorrow's supposed to be a really nice day, a little bit warmer. And then it's supposed to rain again Thursday and Friday, and then be nice over the weekend. So we'll see if we can miss one. We just got to miss one at some point, and then things start happening. But we're still plenty wet now. So anyway, I am going home. Like I said, we got a seed delivery to make in the morning. And then actually, tomorrow might be an interesting one or an exciting one. We might get the drone sprayer out tomorrow. We've got some wheat fields, wheat stubble from last year. They're turning pretty green. Like that, over there. That's wheat. Volunteer wheat's come in pretty thick in some spots. And it's too wet to get across with the big sprayer, so we're thinking about doing a burn down pass with the drone. And if it's 60 degrees or something tomorrow and the wheat's growing, we could kill it. So we might look at that. Thanks for watching today. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, like the videos, and you know, things are going to pick up and get exciting here soon, hopefully very soon. So appreciate you guys. If you haven't gotten any Border View Farms merchandise yet, head on over to farmfocus.com. I sent Corey his gift certificate today so he can get his stuff for winning our tournament challenge, and you guys can get your stuff over there as well. farmfocus.com/Border View Farms, or a link in the description. So we'll see you guys in the morning.